What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to stop yo-yo dieting. So let's get into it. If we're being honest, losing weight isn't the hard part, it's keeping it off without feeling like you're constantly battling your body. If you want to feel confident in your clothes, look lean, toned, and strong, but you're struggling with keeping the weight off after losing it, you are in the process of yo-yo dieting. And yo-yo dieting and being stuck in this cycle over and over, month after month, year after year, it kind of chips away at that trust that you have in yourself and in your body. Because no matter how much effort you put into it, the results never seem to stick. And that's what we are going to talk about today and how you can change that. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's really happening when your weight keeps going up and down and what it takes to lose fat in a way that's sustainable for you. If you're tired of gaining and losing the same 15, 20, 30, 40 pounds, hit like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Yo-yo dieting isn't about discipline, it's a physical response to repeated restriction when it comes to your food intake. Every time you drop calories aggressively, your metabolism adapts. It learns to conserve energy by lowering your resting calorie burn, which is called adaptive thermogenesis. And it doesn't stop there. Hunger hormones like ghrelin increase, satiety hormones like leptin drop, and you're left constantly thinking about food because your body thinks it's, at risk of, dying. At the same time, your fat cells become more efficient at storing energy, and they're primed to refill the moment you start eating more, especially after a period of dieting. And that's why the weight comes back just as fast as you lost it, or maybe even faster. And you can actually gain more weight after dieting from this reason as well. It's not that your body is working against you, it's that it's just been trained to go through this process anytime it feels restricted, like for a famine. That's not something that you can fix with another dieting plan. It's something you rebuild through strategy, consistency, and a new approach to fueling and training your body. Here's what you need to know about yo-yo dieting and why it's happening to you. Your body weight set point isn't a fixed number. It's more like a range that your body tries to defend and stay within because that's where it feels comfortable. And every time that you diet, you signal to your body that you don't have enough food coming in, and your body tries to push back with that. It slows down your metabolism, it ramps up your hunger, and it stores fat more aggressively when you are done dieting to keep you in that point. What most people don't realize is that you can shift your body weight set point over time. But this doesn't happen through extremes. It happens through restoring your metabolic health, building lean muscle, and improving how your body uses nutrients. Think of it like this. Instead of fighting to stay small, your body starts working with you to stay lean and strong because it is well fueled. This brings me into body composition. So a lot of times when we diet, we get smaller, but we don't look better, we just look softer and skinnier. And this is the part that nobody tells you. The number on the scale matters less than what the number is made of. Muscle is your metabolic engine. The more lean tissue you have, the more calories you burn at rest. And it also makes you look more defined even at a higher body weight. And when women diet without resistance training or enough protein, they often lose muscle instead of fat. And that's why they end up feeling soft, tired, and stuck with their progress, even though they technically lost weight. And to lose fat and keep it off, you need a plan that's going to preserve your muscle or help you build muscle. And that's what makes the results more visible and also more sustainable. Silly me, as I was going through to edit the video, I totally forgot the most important part that I wanted to share with you about yo-yo dieting, losing weight, and actually being able to maintain that fat loss. So let's dive in here. Losing weight on the scale is only part of the equation. If the weight lost is mostly muscle mass or water weight and not body fat, you're actually setting yourself up for metabolic dysfunction, hormonal imbalances, and inevitably weight rebound. And that's why body composition matters more than just the scale weight, and why sustainable fat loss requires reaching both a healthy body weight and a healthy body fat percent. So, lean mass is going to be your metabolic anchor. When fat loss occurs without preserving or increasing muscle mass, resting metabolic rate for your RMR drops significantly, which means that you're burning fewer calories at rest, your body conserves more energy, and becomes more efficient at using energy for tasks. This is not ideal for fat loss maintenance. On the other hand, when you reach a healthy weight with a high proportion of lean mass, which is your muscle mass, you create a higher metabolic baseline, which means you burn more at rest, You have improved carb or glucose handling and improved insulin sensitivity, which means you're going to reduce the amount of fat that you store, and you have greater resilience to small fluctuations in diet or activity. So in simple terms, your muscle mass makes fat loss easier to keep. Which brings me to my second point, which is that hormonal stability depends on healthy body fat levels. Getting too lean or not lean enough actually disrupts hormonal homeostasis, which means to keep in a certain balance or a certain range. Too much fat actually increases estrogen dominance, insulin resistance, and inflammation, while also impairing leptin signaling, which regulates hunger and fullness signals. Too little fat mass, especially in women, can suppress reproductive hormones such as estrogen and progesterone, disrupt thyroid function, and decrease leptin, which increases your cravings, creates low energy, and metabolic slowdown. Reaching a healthy body fat percent for women, which is going to range between 18 to 28% for women, is going to help you maintain a regular appetite, support energy, libido, and mood, and sustain a lean physique without constant effort. And this brings me to my next point, that fat cells adapt and drive weight regain. Fat loss doesn't eliminate fat cells, it simply shrinks them. But formerly enlarged fat cells remain primed to refill due to increased lipogenic enzyme activity. This is especially true if you haven't built enough lean mass to offset these signals. Achieving a leaner, more muscular body composition reduces the influence of these primed fat cells, lowers inflammation, and improves adipose tissue function, which means fat tissue function. And finally, this brings me to the last point, that skinny fat is going to be a danger zone for many women. It's possible to still achieve a goal weight while still carrying too much fat in comparison to muscle mass. And this is called normal weight obesity in medical terms, but skinny fat in our world of fitness. And these individuals appear thin, but they lack definition. They have low muscle tone, poor metabolic flexibility, and they're at a high risk of fat regain. And this often requires aggressive dieting or just constant dieting in order to maintain that physique or that body, because there's not enough muscle mass to really contribute toward having a high metabolic rate to keep someone thriving. And this is why focusing solely on the scale to determine whether you're successful on your journey can be very detrimental to your journey and cause weight regain. The goal isn't just to get lighter, it's to get stronger, leaner, and healthier. And to make fat loss sustainable, you must optimize your internal physiology, which means how your body works, not just your external appearance or just hit a number on the scale. And what this will do is it'll help improve your muscle to fat ratio, it'll help support your metabolic function, it'll restore hormonal function, and create a body that actually thrives at maintenance calories and not just survive in a calorie deficit. And so the key here is that you want to get leaner and stronger and maintain your muscle mass, or even build muscle in the process of fat loss. And when you do that, you don't have to slash calories to stay lean. You can eat more and look better, you recover faster, train harder, and feel stronger, and most importantly, your body is not going to fight you to regain the weight when you're done. If you're someone who is constantly losing and regaining the same 10 to 20 pounds, it's not a discipline problem, it's a body composition problem. And solving that requires expertise, periodized training, intelligent nutrition, and long-term metabolic strategy, not just another diet. So what actually drives sustainable fat loss? Well, your body isn't just calories in versus calories out, it's made up of more than that. And we need to know that and understand that when we're thinking about metabolism. So here are more factors that play a role in metabolism outside of just calories. Number one is muscle mass. More muscle equals a higher calorie burn at rest and during activity. Hormones such as cortisol, thyroid, estrogen, insulin, leptin, they all affect fat storage and appetite. Also, stress and sleep are important. High stress or poor sleep increases hunger and lowers your recovery and your gut health and inflammation in the body that you're experiencing. These affect nutrient absorption, cravings, and energy levels. So if your strategy is only to eat less and move more, you're ignoring all of the things that actually really impact your metabolism. Because metabolism goes beyond just your calorie intake. A real fat loss plan works with your physiology, meaning your body processes, not against it. And that includes enough food to support your training, smart cardio usage, and structured recovery phases. Not only this, but you need enough food just to go throughout your daily life activities. 95% of dieters gain the weight back that they've lost within 2 years of losing it. And this means that the majority of diets are incorrect. Most people cannot lose the weight and keep it off. Let's talk about where most diets go wrong and why the results don't last. Starting with the 3 worst diets for maintaining your weight loss. Number 1 being very low calorie diets. These are extreme, just drink shakes or 800 calorie a day plans. Sure, you lose weight fast, but at the cost of burning muscle and not just fat. Your metabolism tanks and slows down, hunger hormones skyrocket, and the moment you eat again, your body stores that food away into fat cells because of the extreme that you have just gone through. So you don't just gain back the weight, but oftentimes you gain back more weight. Number 2 is going to be extreme low calorie or keto diets, and we're talking low carb, like under 50 grams per day. Yes, it works short term and you lose weight quickly, but you lose a ton of water and carbs, which is not going to be fat. And your performance tanks. It's hard to stick to socially, emotionally, and hormonally. And once carbs come back into your diet, weight comes back on quickly, and you're back to square one feeling frustrated and bloated. Not only this, but you do lose a lot of muscle mass in this process. Number 3 is detoxes, cleanses, and juice diets. These are the reset traps that get a lot of women. Teas, juices, and no solid food will obviously make you drop weight because you don't have food in your stomach and you just feel a lot slimmer. It's mostly water and muscle that you tend to lose, and you don't build habits or learn how to properly eat or fuel your body. You rebound hard with cravings, binging cycles, and often more weight than before. When you do these, you can feel really good, feel really light, and maybe have some more energy, but you know that this isn't actually going to fix the real problem. So what diets actually work? Number 1 is going to be a flexible macro-based dieting approach, and this is what I teach my clients. We track carbs, proteins, fats, fiber, etc. to match your body and your goals like I mentioned before. You keep eating real food and the foods that you enjoy. You build lean muscle and you protect your metabolism because you feed it. And the best part, again, is flexible. You can eat out, you can travel, and you can enjoy your social life and still stay consistent. Number 2 is a Mediterranean style eating plan. You've seen this before. It looks like veggies, fish, healthy fats, and balance. And it's not a fat loss hack, it's a lifestyle that actually supports your hormones and your gut and your energy. And because it's not restrictive, it's something that you can do forever. Mediterranean diets have a high carb intake, so I really suggest pairing that with a strength training plan and program and active lifestyle. And finally, nutrition periodization. This is also what I teach my clients. This is next level because if you want a better physique, you need a better strategy. So we don't live in a calorie deficit forever, like I mentioned before. We go through phases. So we phase your nutrition with calorie deficits when needed, maintenance phases to reset your metabolism, and slight surpluses to build lean muscle and restore hormones. This is how you retrain your body to use food as fuel, not just survive on less. You're no longer cutting calories to stay small. You're building a body that stays lean and strong when it's well fueled and well trained. So here's some tips to help you with fat loss to make it sustainable. Number 1 is nutrition periodization. These are time periods on your journey where you're actually increasing calories and increasing carbohydrates to take you out of that calorie deficit, because you shouldn't be living in a calorie deficit forever. And a calorie deficit is going to create the largest impact on your hormones to downregulate your metabolism. So to counteract that, we actually want to come out of that deficit to bring up your calories, bring up your carbs, and bring up your hormones. So we're going to cycle through phases of fat loss, maintenance, and building muscle to keep a healthy metabolism. Number 2 is concurrent training. What this means is that you're going to strength train to build muscle and protect your metabolism while also improving how your body uses nutrients through cardio, because cardio helps with heart health and fat burn. If you use both of them together and wisely, you actually increase your metabolism. Remember, the people who have the highest metabolism are people who are active and who eat. When you are active and you eat, you are going to support your metabolism. You're giving it the food that it needs, which is fuel, to let your metabolism convert that into energy so that you can use it for tasks in your daily life and your workout. Number 3 is a metabolic restoration before you diet, and also having a metabolic reset after you diet. Before you diet, usually your metabolism is low because you've been overtraining, under-eating, or just living in a calorie deficit for far too long. You could also be experiencing, hey, I've been dieting, but I keep falling off track on the weekends, and that's also really hard on your metabolism. Your metabolism needs consistency, and it needs a foundation to support you prior to going into your next diet. And this is the key to losing weight when all the strategies that used to work for you before are now failing you. After a fat loss phase, you need to go through a reset phase to bring your calories back up and to rebuild any lost muscle or reestablish any hormonal balances and to match your body's metabolism to your new workouts and your new routine in life. Number 4 is going to be tailored nutrition. This means your protein, fiber, carbs, and fats all need to be optimized to your future goals and to your activity level history, to your metabolic conditioning, to your dieting history, to your current body composition, to your current lifestyle, so on and so forth. Cookie cutter plans are just not going to cut it here. And number 5, track beyond the scale number. Look at your energy, sleep, cycle symptoms, body composition, strength, and performance. Those are all real indicators of progress outside of the number on this scale. If you're nodding your head and thinking this makes so much sense, but I have no idea how to start doing this for me, this is where I come in. You don't need another 30-day challenge. You need a plan that's actually going to support your body so it can stop rebounding and yo-yo dieting and start changing in a way that's actually going to stick. Because when your body is fueled properly and your workouts are structured with intention, you don't just lose weight, you get lean, strong, and you look fit. With a strategy that's made for sustainable fat loss and a body recomposition, you're going to feel confident in your body again. If you want to learn more about one-on-one coaching, click the link in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.